Shabbat shalom, everybody. Welcome to Temple Emanuel. We are together with all of our friends here in Greensboro, North Carolina. We're also together with you. If you're joining us on Facebook right now on Temple Emanuel's page, we say Shabbat shalom and Chag sameach, and it really is great to be together. We are going to share our service right now so that everybody can see it. And I am going to ask right now, as we come into services, with Ma'oz Tzur, the special song for Hanukkah, that we go forward wherever you are. You don't have to have your microphone open, but please sing along, share the spiritual energy with us on this, the beginning of the second night of Hanukkah, 5781, the year 2020. Ma'oz Tzur. I think Rabbi Guttman, you're taking us forward, or is someone else taking us forward at this time?
Debbie, are you doing this? You want to try it?
I can.
Okay, do one verse. If it's not good, if it's good, we'll tell you to continue. Because
Okay.
if it's not good, it's only the technology. If it doesn't work, I'll play the piano.
Sounds good.
Go for it.
Ma'oz Tzur Yeshuati L'chanai L'shabeach Tikon Beit Tefilati B'sham Tudan Nizabeach Le'eit Achim Mitzar Hamnat Be'ach Azigmur Be'ir Mizmor Chanukat HaMizbeach Azigmur Be'shir Mizmor Chanukat HaMizbeach. Did the sound work? Rock of ages, let our song praise your saving power. You amid the raging foes were our sheltering tower. Furious they assailed us, but your arms availed us, and your word broke their sword when our own strength failed us, and your word broke their sword when our own strength failed us. Children of the Maccabees, whether free or fettered, quake the echoes of the songs where you may be scattered. Yours the message sharing that the time is nearing, which will see people free, tyrants disappearing, which will see people free, tyrants disappearing.
Debbie, thank you so much for bringing us in with those beautiful words and beautiful setting for that timeless song. We all know that in the beginning there is darkness. It's the darkness of chaos. It seems eternal. Yet from that emerges, form emerges, light dawns, and life is born. In the beginning, the Most High made heaven and earth. In every beginning there is darkness, the darkness of ignorance which smothers human dignity, the darkness of fear which chokes the creative will, the darkness of tyranny which stifles human freedom. And so the Most High said, "Let there be light." And so tonight we light our lights. Mitchell, if you would go ahead and unmute yourself, I think that you're leading us in the candle blessings this evening. Friends, please make sure that you have your menorahs out, your Hanukkah menorahs. We will light them, and when we're done with the lighting of the Hanukkah menorahs, we will go ahead and bring the screens down so that we can take our pictures and share them with the world. Make sure you have your shamash lit at this point. Mitchell, go ahead and unmute and take us forward.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Hanukkah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim lavoteinu, bayamim hahem, bazman hazeh.
So what I want you to do right now is just to take your mouse, or however you're doing this, if you're on your phone, and just page through as many of the pages as possible to see the different lights on the candles, to see friends old and new. And if you have your screen off right now, go ahead and turn it on. Turn on your screen so that we can see you, if not to see your candles. We can see the lights in your eyes. And what I'd like for you to do, I'm just going to take a couple pictures here, a couple screenshots. Make sure that your candles are visible, that you are visible, and then you got a smile on your face if possible. Friends, this will only take a minute or two, a moment or two. This is really cool. So glad that we're all together. Just one more. And again, if you happen to have your screen off, go ahead and turn it on. Big smiles, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here this evening. Rabbi Guttman, let's go ahead and bless all the families and all of our friends and all of our community who are here with us. Let's bless those who are also joining us on Facebook this evening. Two of us just asked that as you are together, that maybe you find someone in your own family, make sure they're on the screen with you right now. And then repeat after Rabbi Guttman in Hebrew the words that I'll be saying after he does this blessing, Hebrew or English, as we go along with this blessing of our families and of one another.
If you're lucky enough to have your child with you, put your hand on your child, Alice. Okay, there you go. There you go. All right, very good. And if not, we're sending, listen, I'm sending good blessings to Asheville, Atlanta, and Rosh Hashanah in Israel tonight. So we're sending the light in this whole darkness, dark time. We're sending the light of health and peace. Okay, repeat after me. Yevarechecha Adonai,
Yivarechecha Adonai,
Yishmarecha.
v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you.
May God bless you.
And may God keep you.
May God keep you.
Ya'er Adonai,
Ya'er Adonai,
Panav Elecha,
panav elecha,
V'chunecha.
v'yechuneka.
May God's light shine on you.
May God's light shine on you.
May God be gracious to you.
May God be gracious to you.
Sa Adonai,
Yisa Adonai,
Panav Elecha,
panav elecha,
V'yasem Lecha,
v'yasem lecha.
Shalom.
Shalom.
May God's presence always be with you.
May God's presence always be with you
Bless you with peace.
and bless you with peace.
Amen.
Amen. Shabbat shalom and chag
Shalom.
sameach, everyone. We're going to light our Shabbat candles now as the screens come back up. Debbie, if you would lead us in the lighting of Shabbat candles.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivonu Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Marvelous things about God have we heard, and our mothers and fathers have told us. They that trust in God are like Mount Zion, that can never be moved but last forever. Though they fall, they shall not be completely crippled, because God supports them and with an outstretched arm. They shall not be afraid of evil reports, because their future is in God's hands. Commit yourself to God, wait patiently, and you will never be completely alone. God will save you from the worst calamities and show you the path of life. Lift up your eyes and look upon the earth beneath you, for the heavens shall disappear like mist, the earth shall age like an old covering, and they that live here shall also reach their end. But God's power and goodness shall be forever and will endure for all time. On this traditional festival eve, we celebrate the 8 days of Hanukkah, 8 days for all Jews to unite and remember joyously the victory of the Maccabees. But as we're gathered here tonight, all sharing the sacred memories of these Maccabees, we realize that we are also bound together by an awareness and attachment for all our Jewish values, beliefs, and ideals. Children, parents, and grandparents alike share their feelings of love and thanks for this night of Hanukkah. On this evening, we voice our feelings of love and thanks to our God. We honor God with all our expressions of joy and gratefully remember God's helpfulness in the victory of the Maccabees over the forces of tyranny. Without that help and guidance, we would not be here to celebrate this festival with hope and gladness. Mitchell, if you would lead us in the Baruch.
Baruch hu et Adonai HaMivorach. Baruch Adonai HaMivorach. Le'olam va'ed, le'olam va'ed.
Years ago, so often remembered yet so far in the past, the Emperor Antiochus declared that Judaism must vanish, either by conversion of all Jews to the worship of Greek idols or by the penalty of death for being Jewish and doing Jewish stuff. Yet until this day, our belief in the one and only God has sustained us and strengthened us despite all hardships and adversities. How unyielding is the will of our people Israel. After the long nights and after the days and years when our ashes blacken the sky, Israel endures, hearts still turned to love, soul turning to life. So day and night, early and late, we will rejoice in the study of Torah. We will walk in the light of mitzvot. They are our life and the length of our days. Praise be the source of life, who and love, and Israel our people.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. V'ata et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levabecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha. V'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha Uvelechtecha barderech, uveshochbecha uvekumecha, ukshatam laot hayadecha, vehayu lototofot beinenecha, uchtaptam al muzuzot beitecha, uvisharecha. Leman tizkaru vasitem et kol mitzvotai, v'yitem kadoshim le'elohechem, ani Adonai Elohechem, asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem le'Elohim, Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Why have we come together tonight? Is it not to commemorate the great victory of the Maccabees? But what is this so-called great victory that we hear of every year? Indeed, it is the victory for freedom of conscience over the armies of Syria in ages past, and the subsequent liberation and rededication of the Temple in Jerusalem. And as we remember the liberation and rededication of the Temple, we raise our voices in praise to God for our freedom and deliverance. Mitchell.
Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai. Micha mocha neda b'kodesh. Nora tehilot Osefele Nora Lord, O Sefele. Malechutecha ravu vanecha bokei ayam lifnei Moshe umeyam zevi anu v'ameru Adonai imloch leolam vaed. Adonai imloch leolam vaed.
May Israel be redeemed from the evil designs of her adversaries who deny her right to exist. May the Jewish people in all lands be free from discrimination and persecution. And may the day soon dawn when all people will be able to sit under their own vine and fig tree, and none shall make them afraid. In anticipation of that day when all the world will rest in peace, we sanctify the Sabbath.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Gula Livnei Bneihem, V'Ma'an Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol atah rav lehoshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechakel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somich noflim v'rofei cholim, U'matir asurim, U'mekayem emunato, Lishini afar, Michamocha b'gevurot, U'mito melech, Melech memit u'mechayeh, U'matmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lehachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yalilucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Okay. Is there a song after this, Andy, or is it just me? Just me. Okay, great. All right. So I have some various things to share with everybody tonight. You know, Hanukkah is a celebration of a great Jewish victory over the Hellenistic Greeks that were centered at that time in Syria. The Maccabean revolt breaks out in 167 BCE. 3 years later, the city of Jerusalem is conquered by the Jews and restored. The festival of restoration of the city of Jerusalem and the temple is known as Hanukkah. The word means dedication, or in this instance, rededication. So I wanted to share with you tonight just a little bit about the things that caused this. This is the first war in the history of Western civilization for religious freedom. The King Antiochus prohibited the Shabbat, the ordination of people getting together, and Brit Milah, ritual circumcision. He then, to add injury to insult, said that we had to sacrifice a pig in the holy temple, and he forced us to eat it. In other words, we were in a fight not just for the freedom of the country, but we were in a fight for our freedom to identify and to behave as Jews. And it was a great fight. At first, it was all a guerrilla war led by Judah the Maccabee, but eventually everybody from around, because of his inspirational leadership, everyone in the country said, I want to be a part of this. If you're too young, I'll be a spy in the hills watching for the caravans. If all you could do was grow things and help the army, that was fine. But everybody coalesced around Judah the Maccabee, and Maccabee wasn't his last name. Maccabee was his nom de guerre. That was his, today we call him Judah the Hammer, but it really means Judah the Smasher. He wasn't going to take any guff from these guys. And then, of course, not only is it about freedom, but it's also about the miracle of the oil. The miracle of the oil that apparently had to come from the region of Lachish, south of what today is Tel Aviv, the purest of the pure olive oil. It took 7-8 days to go get it, but somehow or another, according to tradition, they lit the oil in the temple menorah, and it lasted not for 1 day, which was all the oil that they had, but for 8 days. That was the miracle. But you want to know something, folks? I've always thought that if there really was a miracle, it was the miracle that on the first day, somebody said, we only have enough. We only have enough for 1 day. But I'm going to light that menorah. We're going to light the menorah on that first day, and then we're going to see what happens. We are going to see what happens. We're going to pray. We're going to be a part of this community, and we are going to see what occurs. Because that person, whoever it was, we don't know that person's name. We don't know if it was a male or female, probably a male. But that person said, because we have to all be candlelighters. The world is dark. The world is really dark, and we have to establish that light can push away the darkness. So I'm looking out my window over there. It's dark. By the way, the new moon, I think it's on Monday night, Sunday night. If you come to our Cirque d'Emmanuel, our circus show with the candlelight, there's supposed to be a gigantic meteor shower. But it's cold outside. This morning when I got up, it was 34 degrees. It's winter, dark, cold, always at this time of the year. But this year, folks, we feel it more because of this horrible pandemic. And the irony is that we feel a loss of freedom. We can't get together. You know, I always think about, like, what was this at Temple? We put down aluminum foil along the windows, and we all lit our menorahs. We gave each other hugs. We shook hands, fist bumps, high fives. And then we had latkes at the Oneg. We feel this loss of freedom. We feel the loss of freedom that on Thanksgiving or during the holiday season, we weren't able to go places. We weren't able to see our family, a lot of us, not able to travel. I sometimes feel, I told Nancy, I said, I feel like that she and I are bears hibernating in our home. We feel like not only the loss of freedom, but we feel the coldness of isolation from one another. We feel the anxiety about this disease. We worry about our parents. We worry about our children. We worry about ourselves. We're concerned. When will we get the vaccination, we ask? Who gets them first? But this, folks, is where the Hanukkah lights come to play. The Proverbs tells us, Nishmat Adam Ner Adonai. The soul of the human being is God's candle. Each of us has a soul. Each of us is God's candle. We're a candle. What I think the proverb is trying to say is that on the inside of us, each of us has the inner strength, something inside that we are yet to harness. And boy, do we need to harness it now. Because knocking at our door is what I call pandemic spilkas. That's the Yiddish, or what people call it pandemic fatigue, where we got to press on. And each of us has miracles that we've yet to appreciate. I was thinking about this time of miracles. What are the miracles that I have to appreciate now? Well, I'll tell you, just yesterday, a peace agreement was put into place, a normalization with the country of Morocco, between Morocco and Israel. Now there's 6 Arab nations that have peace or normalization agreements with Israel. Who could have thought that? Certainly I never thought it. That to me is a miracle. A second miracle is the vaccine itself. You know, when this started, people were telling us, I think even my friend Richard Fox, very fine physician, was telling me this is going to take a long time. Boy, they turned out a vaccine in 8 or 9 months. And as Dr. Fauci said, the cavalry is on the way. Just get ready, but be careful. That's a miracle. But there's other personal ones as well. You know, some on this Zoom call tonight, at this service, including some of our staff and some of their spouses, they've had this virus and they've survived. To me, that is a miracle. What's another miracle? We have greater appreciation of our family and friends, even if we just see them every once in a while, socially distancing outside or on a Zoom call, or we call them up, or the people that we're living with. My God, if you ever really wondered, if you're married, if your spouse really loves you, you're going to find out now, if you haven't already. That's a miracle. What else is a miracle? I have to tell you, folks, to me, a miracle is our country is still functioning despite the obvious threats to democracy, which it now faces. What else is a miracle? It's a miracle that this congregation, which has had no services in the sanctuary since the second week of March, it's still functioning. It's still active. We are, as I've said so many times, we're apart from each other, but we've managed to remain a part of each other. Tomorrow night there's a concert. Sunday there's latkes and donuts and the circus show. Gosh, we're doing it, folks. We are still together. We're managing to maintain our community. Wow, what an amazing thing. We're maintaining our community despite it all. And boy, are we going to celebrate when we come back. This week, I was telling people on the executive committee, get ready, because August or something, we're going to have a hellacious party to celebrate. And we'll say what's Andy can teach us, a birkat gomel, a prayers of gratitude as we get down and party because we've all been vaccinated and this is over. And that's going to be a miracle. You know, Mitchell, one of my favorite lines in Fiddler on the Roof is this one. When David slew Goliath, yes, that was a miracle. When God gave us manna in the wilderness, that was a miracle too. But of all God's miracles, large and small, the most miraculous one of all is the one I thought could never be. God has given you to me. That's a miracle. God has given you to me to you, our community to one for another. Yes, we have each other. And we are Jews. And tonight, as we light the candles and as we call the story of freedom and we appreciate the miracles, we are Jews and proudly so. What does it mean to be a Jew? The great rabbi and philosopher of the last century, Abraham Joshua Heschel, said, our goal should be to live life in radical amazement, to get up in the morning and look at the world in a way that takes nothing for granted. Everything is phenomenal. Everything is incredible. Rabbi Heschel concludes by saying, never treat life casually. To be spiritual, he says, is to be amazed. Listen to that. To be spiritual is to be amazed. So I don't know if you see it, but my Hanukkah candles are back there. Every night, folks, the miracle of our lives and our love is going to be greater with every candle that we light. And my friends, in this year, this is now more true than ever. The prayer that we say traditionally, Al HaNisim says, and for the miracles and the wonders of the mighty deeds and the salvations, for the victories that you wrought for our ancestors in their days and in this day. What does it mean in their days and in this day? Back then, we remember the miracles from days of old. We also say this prayer on Purim, where we remember the miracles of Purim when there was a plot to massacre Jewish people. We remember Hanukkah, when there was again another plot to massacre the Jewish people or to destroy us culturally, and the oil that lasted against all odds, keeping the eternal flame of Judaism burning. But you know, those stories, Purim and now Hanukkah, these are stories that invite us to remember that it was not just God. It was human participation, Jews who bravely fought to remain Jews. They had a leap of faith when they lit the Ner Tamid, but it was an act of faith and hope that enabled them to even do it. We thank God for the miracles of our ancestors, but we have to remember that we too play a role in bringing about those miracles. We are partners with God in making space for the miracles. That includes the vaccination. We must not expect God to perform the miracles and to redeem us while we sit back and wait. We have to do our part. So tonight, my prayer for you, for all of us, is that God should bless us with an ability to appreciate our miracles, to help us create those miraculous occurrences in our lives, to create them, not only in our lives, but the lives of our families, to bring more of God's presence into our lives. My dear friends, from the bottom of my heart and from the candle of my soul tonight, my blessing for my family, for you, and for your family is that we may be blessed with the miracle lights of Hanukkah, especially this year. Especially this year. May God bless us with peace. May God bless us with understanding. And may God bless us with health. Hagarim sameach. May we be blessed by the lights of Hanukkah. And Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Yasher Koach, Rabbi Guttman. As promised, we have beautiful music, Hanukkah music, music for our times, music for all times coming up right now. So Debbie, if you would go ahead and unmute yourself, please do so. The song that she'll be singing, the first of a number of songs we'll be hearing this evening, was actually originally penned as a poem by Hannah Senich, you know, the hero of our people, not in ancient times, but in more modern times. A young woman who had made it to the land of Israel, but decided as her home country, Hungary, as the people in Europe were under the threat, a very real threat by the Nazis, her decision was to go back and to put herself in peril, to put herself in danger. Hannah Senich did. And in doing so, she gave her life. But not before she penned some of the music, some of the songs that we know so well. And so Debbie, if you would go ahead and unmute yourself, and I'll go ahead and I'll put the words up for everyone to see. ASHREI HAGAFUR, blessed, holy, happy, joyous is that match.
ASHREI HAGAFUR shenisrov v'hitzit lehavot. ASHREI halehava sheba'ara b'sitrei levavot. ASHREI halevavot sheyadu echado b'kavod. ASHREI HAGAFUR shenisrov v'hitzit lehavot. Blessed is the match consumed in a kindling flame. Blessed is the flame that softly burns in a heart's secret place. Blessed the hearts that like flickering lights knew to flutter and die without shame. Oh, blessed is the match consumed in a kindling flame.
Some of our Hanukkah songs have a setting like that song, powerful. Others of them have much more of a folk feel to them. The 8 days of Hanukkah, those 8 lovely nights. Rabbi Guttman, is this one that you're taking right now? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hit that button there for you. Go for it.
There you go. All right. One is for the temple wall that didn't fall. Two is for the men who fought and the women, God bless them all. Three is for the oil they found enough for just one day. Four is for a miracle that came their way and burned for 8 days. Five is for the hope and faith that didn't die. Six is for the Torah scrolls that still survive. Seven is for all the songs in honor of them. Number 8, a prayer and amen. 8 days of Hanukkah, 8 lovely nights. 8 days to celebrate the festival of lights. 8 days of Hanukkah, what memories they bring of those 8 wonderful days. Of those 8 wonderful days. Of those 8 wonderful days. Yeehaw!
Okay, I'm not gonna say a word.
Yeehaw indeed. Yeehaw indeed. And so now we turn to Dana, who will take us with 2 songs forward. One is a song which is new to our community, or at least newish to our community. I think this is from Lisa Levine, Cantor Lisa Levine. Dana, one of your inspirations. We Are All Candles. After this, Dana will take us through Debbie Friedman's Not by Might and Not by Power. Dana, it's all yours.
We are all candles dancing in the darkness, like a menorah, we're shining bright. Our spirits carry the flame of freedom. We are all candles dancing in the night. We are one family on this great blue planet. We can make a difference, each and every one, when we work together to help each other. We are God's partners in Tikkun Olam. We are all candles dancing in the darkness, like a menorah, we're shining bright. Our spirits carry the flame of freedom. We are all candles dancing in the night. We feed the hungry, care for the stranger. We help the needy, we ease their plight. We are a beacon unto the nations. We are commanded to do what's right. We are all candles dancing in the darkness, like a menorah, we're shining bright. Our spirits carry the flame of freedom. We are all candles dancing in the night. We are all candles dancing in the night. All right, here it comes. Not by might. The children dream that their tears may fall, and we'll hear them call, and another song will rise. Another song will rise. Another song will rise. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Not by might and not by power, by Spirit alone, shall we all live in peace. Not by might and not by power, but by Spirit alone, shall we all live in peace. Not by might, not by power. Shalom.
Dana, that was just amazing, Dana. And so tonight, just for this little section of our services to wrap it up, let's do Sivivon Sov Sov Sov. You know how we say Sivivon in Yiddish, right? It's dreidel, right? I got one here. Actually, this one here is literally made out of clay. It is the most impractical thing I have in my entire Judaic collection. It doesn't really do much. It's just made out of clay. But I figured I'd do it once. But you know what? Sivivon, sov, sov, sov. Spinning, spinning, spinning. This is a happy time of the year. Let's sing together. Sivivon, sov, sov, sov. Hanukkah, hu chag tov. Hanukkah, hu chag tov. Sivivon, sov, sov, sov. Chag simcha hu la'am. Nes gadol haya sham. Nes gadol haya sham. Chag simcha hu la. Put your hands together. Let's sing it out. Sivivon, sov, sov, sov. Hanukkah, hu chag tov. Hanukkah, hu chag tov. Sivivon, sov, sov, sov. Chag simcha hu la'am. Nes gadol haya sham. Nes gadol haya sham. Chag simcha hu la'am. Chag sameach, everyone. Happy Hanukkah. Let's turn now to Amy Epstein, our congregation's president, who will bring us tonight's announcements.
Hi, everyone. Shabbat shalom. Chag sameach. It's wonderful to be with you all tonight, and thank you to everybody who has participated. What a wonderful service. As always, our information for the coming week is on our announcements that went out by email. Tomorrow morning, Chavre Torah. Tomorrow evening, a Hanukkah Havdalah with Rabbi Andy. And hopefully you made reservations for Nefesh Mountain concert, which will be wonderful. We enjoyed watching them last spring, so I'm looking forward to that. I hope you are as well tomorrow night. And then on Sunday is a really busy day for Temple. We have religious school, of course, brotherhood meeting, social action meeting, both on Zoom. Don't forget that we'll be having a blanket drive for the IRC. And at the same time that you drop that off at Temple, we'll have food trucks for donuts and latkes. So hopefully we will see you on Sunday from 11 to 1. Guys are going really fast. I know there's a lot. Sunday evening is our Temple Emanuel, and you can probably still make reservations for that on our website. That is 2 shows at 5:30 and at 7. I'm looking forward to that. I hope you are. Every evening at 4:30, we're dropping a video in our YouTube that Rabbi Andy's having Rabbi Andy Talks for Hanukkah this week. And Monday evening is a concert with Ellen Allard. The 6th night of Hanukkah on Tuesday, of course, 5:30. Shmooze with the rabbis on Wednesday. The marvelous Maravi family will be cooking on Wednesday at 5:30 is candlelighting. Thursday, the 8th night, is also 5:30 candlelighting. 7:30 on Thursday, mark your calendars. Sisterhood is having their monthly event, and Coffee and Connections next Friday at 10. Book club for Sisterhood will be Tuesday the 22nd. And as always, please don't forget to call and check in with people, be our eyes and ears. Please stay in touch. Let us know how we are doing and be the light that you want to be in the world. Chag sameach, chag umri sameach. And I think we're going into Misha Beirach. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom, and thank you very much, Amy. Friends, again, if we're going to highlight all of these things, we could spend, all night doing so. But please pass the word on this. Please check it out on tegreensboro.org. And please be sure to be with us this Sunday, especially families with kids. We've set this up like a circus so that we got fire performers and everything like that. And we hope you'll be with us and just fill the parking lot and fill your lives with light and goodness. I'd like, if you are thinking of someone for a prayer of health or healing, please go ahead and put their name in the chat right now. In just a moment, we'll also have a chance to share blessings for those who are healers and those who are educators at this time. But right now, whether somebody is ailing on the physical level or on the spiritual level, the emotional level, or the mental health level, let's go ahead and put their names in the chat so that we can add our blessings to yours for their complete and full healing, as well as timely healing. And Dana will take us forward with this beautiful prayer of healing, Misha Beirach.
Misha Beirach Avotinu Avrecha Mitzach V'Yaakov Misha Beirach Imotenu Sarah Rivka Leah V'Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and be strengthened by the power of your love. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well, and heal us as well.
A prayer for those who are the healers of others, for those who bring light and goodness to our world as teachers. God, we ask that just as you blessed our ancestors, we also ask that you bless all those who put themselves at risk to educate others, no matter their age or stage. We also pray, oh God, that you will protect those who are called to tend to the sick, physicians, nurses, orderlies, patient transporters, hospital cleaning staff and security guards, technicians and home health aides, EMTs and pharmacists, those who we are listening now in the chat, those who we keep in our hearts, who navigate the unfolding dangers of the world each day, tending to those that they have sworn to help. God, we ask that you bless them in their coming home and bless them in their going out. Ease their fears, sustain them. You are the source of all breath, the healer of all beings. Protect them and restore their hope. Strengthen them that they may bring strength. Keep them in health that they may bring healing. Help them know again a time when they can breathe without fear. Bless the sacred work of their hands. And may this plague pass from among us speedily and in our days, to which we all say, Amen. And tonight we remember those incredible lights in our life, those who will always be with us, no matter the season. Lloyd Beddick, Samuel Levy, Lenny Sturm, and Robert Stewart Aronson. As we also remember those whose yahrzeits took place during the course of this past week. Remembering Joan Bleetenthal, as well as Rosalind Feldberg, Stuart Calhoun, Elizabeth Zenkel, Kenneth Goldshire, Melba Politz, Michael Clark, Bertha Schwartz, Bertha Baer, Jack Lerner, Janet Bleetenthal, Joe Bollett, Norman Shulak, Joseph Yeager, Herman Cohn Jr., Edith Sloan, Ronald Miller, and Herman Cohn Sr. Zichronam livracha, may their memories always live on as a blessing and as an inspiration. And if there are other names that you'd like to add in, those that you're thinking about, please do so in the chat. For as much as we've shared timeless songs of our people tonight, it's our honor, it's our responsibility to join our voices together to let the spiritual airwaves resonate with the traditional Jewish words of remembrance. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei rabbah be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute b'chaye chon uvyom echon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru amen. Yehe shmei rabbah mevarach la'alam ul almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekudsha brichu le'ela minko birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav huyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And may God who creates harmony on high, may God who brings light throughout the universe also bring comfort and light, goodness and peace to us, to Israel, to our entire nation here at home, and to all humanity, to which we all say, Amen. So it just wouldn't be Hanukkah. Wouldn't be Hanukkah without the song Light One Candle. Rabbi Guttman, I think you were going to sing this for us this evening. And again, we are so used to singing this song with everyone together with our arms around one another. God willing, this will be the last time, at least on a Friday night, that we'll be singing this in a situation just like this. So many of our songs we want to be together for. But Rabbi Guttman, if you go ahead and unmute yourself, we on mute will sing together with you this song of goodness and hope.
Light one candle for the Maccabee children. Give thanks that their light didn't die. Light one candle for the pain they endured when their right to exist was denied. Light one candle for the terrible sacrifice justice and freedom demands. Light one candle for the wisdom to know that the peacemaker's time is at hand. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. one candle for the strength that we need. Never become our unfold. Light one candle for those who are suffering the pain that we learned long ago. Light one candle for all we believe in, then anger won't tear us apart. Light one candle to bring us together with peace as a song in our heart. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. What is the memory that's kept us tightly, that we keep alive in that flame? What's the commitment to those who have died? When they cry out, they not die in vain. We have come this far, always believing that justice would somehow prevail. This is the promise, and this is the burden, and this is why we will not fail. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our care. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out. Shabbat shalom and chag sameach to everyone.
Chag Sameach, Rabbi Guttman. Mitchell, I'm going to ask for you to lead us in the Kiddush this evening. And so, friends, go ahead and grab your wine or your grape juice and your Kiddush cup. And in just a moment, we are going to open our screens up and we'll have a chance to say Shabbat Shalom to one another and to all of our friends on Facebook for just a moment. But as we do so, let's also think of all the blessings that we have and the meaning of us being together tonight. I just want to thank everyone who sang, everyone who did their part tonight. We're looking forward to seeing you so many other times, whether it's in Temple's parking lot, no contact, or whether it's in all these digital formats in the coming days. We have so much more to celebrate as Hanukkah goes on. Thank you so much for tonight. Mitchell, take it away with Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzah banu. V'shabbat kadsho b'ava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'acharta, V'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodecha v'abahu v'ratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai Mikadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
L'chaim, l'chaim. Zoom hearts and Zoom hugs to everyone. As we take down the screen, go ahead and just say to everyone, Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach.
Shabbat Shalom. Chag Sameach.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Shabbat
Shalom.
Sameach, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Happy Hanukkah.